And now we are going to focus our attention on the equation of a linear function. The most commonly used form for the equation of a linear function is what we call slope-intercept form. And it is this right here. Now, in this form, x is the input, y is the output, m is the slope of the linear function, and b is the initial value. All right, also considered to be the y-intercept. Now that means the y-intercept has the coordinates 0, b. When we think of this as an initial value, what we mean is that this is what occurs when the input is 0. Imagine plugging in 0 for x, your result will be a y value of b. And you can also see this written as f of x equals mx plus b. You might also see it written in the reverse order, y equals b plus m x. Either way, the coefficient of x is the slope, and b, your y-intercept, is the constant term. So here in this example, we have some equations that are written in slope-intercept form, starting with y is equal to 3x plus 5. Looking at this, the slope is 3 because it is the coefficient of x. The y-intercept is 0, 5. Now in the middle here, IDHV, that's short for increasing, decreasing, horizontal, or vertical. Remember, if the slope is positive, it'll be increasing, negative, decreasing, 0, horizontal, and if it's undefined, you'll have a vertical line. So here the slope is a positive 3, so it is increasing. Moving on to the next one, we have 8 minus x. Here the slope is the coefficient of x. Now there's no number written here, but remember you can always tuck in a little 1 next to the variable without changing anything. So the coefficient of x would be -1. So our slope is -1. It would be a decreasing linear function, and the vertical intercept is 0, 8. Moving on to the next one, y equals 2x. Now, in slope-intercept form, you expect to see two terms, an x term and a constant term. Here, we only have the x term. So the 2 in this case is our slope. It's going to be an increasing line because the 2 is positive. Now, in this equation, I'm just going to tuck in a little plus 0 here. We're supposed to have two terms. We have the x term, we're missing the constant term, so I'm just going to add a 0. That does not do anything to change the equation, but it makes it easier to see our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is the ordered pair 0, 0. All right, the last one in this list, we have y equals -8. Here we're missing the x term. The -8 is a constant, so that is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 0, -8. And a similar trick for the slope. We're missing an x term, so imagine writing in plus 0x. The slope would then be 0, and a line with a slope of 0 is going to be horizontal or constant. Now moving on to the next example, we need to find the x-intercepts. Now in order to find the x-intercepts, remember that is when you need to set y equal to 0, solve for x, same as you did before. So here I'm using the same equations that are given above. Y equals 3x plus 5. To find the x-intercept, you replace y with 0 is equal to 3x plus 5. Solve the equation. So subtract 5 from both sides. 0 minus 5 gives you -5 equals 3x plus 5 minus 5. Those cancel. Now we have negative 5 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3. The 3's will cancel, leave you with x is equal to negative 5 thirds. So our x-intercept, always an ordered pair, is the ordered pair negative 5 thirds, comma, 0. The next example, y equals 8 minus x, same thing. Replace y with 0. So 0 equals 8 minus x. Solve for x. Subtract 8. Subtract 8. From both sides, 0 minus 8 is negative 8. Equals 8 minus 8 cancels. There's negative x. Now we need to get rid of this negative sign, so I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 1. Negative 8 divided by a negative 1 is a positive 8 equals just x. So our x-intercept is the ordered pair 8, 0. For y equals 2x, again replacing y with 0. So 0 equals 2x. To solve this equation, divide both sides by 2. The 2's cancel over here and leave you with x is equal to 0 over 2. 0 over any number, remember, is 0. So x is equal to 0. The x-intercept, in this case the same as the y-intercept, is 0, 0. Now for the last one here, we have y is equal to negative 8. Now we expect something strange might happen here because we've got a horizontal line. We've got a horizontal line with a slope of 0 at negative 8. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's our horizontal line at negative 8. Notice it shouldn't have an x-intercept. Horizontal line, it's not going to come up and cross the x-axis. So something strange is going to happen here. But let's see what happens. So the process is the same. The y is going to be replaced with 0. 0 equals negative 8. No x is left in the equation. 0 equals negative 8. That is not true. All right, 0 is not equal to negative 8. So there is no solution to this equation. Therefore, there is no x-intercept. Which makes sense when you think about the graph. All right, now the next example, we're going to focus on the vertical line. Remember, the vertical line, that's going to be the exception to every rule that we learn. So I have here some vertical lines just to show you kind of what's going on here. The first one is a vertical line at negative 4. The second one is a vertical line at 2. Now, on this page, we're talking about slope-intercept form, the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line. Well, a vertical line has no slope. Remember, the slope is undefined. A vertical line also has no y-intercept. So the slope-intercept form is not going to work for a vertical line, but we do still need a way to generalize the equation of a vertical line. So take a look at this first line here. If you look at any point on this line, any point at all, really the only thing you can say is that the input value is always going to be negative 4. So every ordered pair is going to have the coordinates negative 4, comma, something. Negative 4, comma, something. The x value is always going to be negative 4. So that is really all you need to say in terms of the equation. X is always going to be negative 4. That is the equation of this vertical line. All right, the second one that I have drawn here is a vertical line at 2. Same idea. Every point on this line is going to have an input value of 2. So all we can really do to describe this line is to say that all of the x values are going to be equal to 2. So that is the equation of this vertical line.